Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to be doing a quick stream tonight. We are in Lower Manhattan. I'm commuting home from work. And the reason why I wanted to do this stream real quick is because they're closing Federal Hall. And Federal Hall is a very famous landmark on Wall Street. And it's going to be closing. And the city's going to put scaffolding. And the scaffolding is going to stay there for 10 years. So it's a big tourist attraction. So we're going to check it out before they put up all the scaffolding. Hey, what's up, Lady Orleans? What's up, Peace Coast? Welcome, guys. So it's Friday night in New York City. Hope everybody's doing well. And I just found out that the very famous Federal Hall, hey, cute as angels here, says hello. Everybody, I just found out that the very famous Federal Hall on Wall Street, where the big George Washington statue is, they're going to be putting up scaffolding, and it's going to be staying there for over 10 years. Over 10 years. So if anybody wants to visit New York City to see the New York Stock Exchange and take pictures of Federal Hall, if you come, I think in like the next couple months, there's going to be really ugly scaffolding all up on the building for the next 10 years. So we'll check it out today. Hey, Lena's here. What's up, Lena? This is Good Evening, Tom. Peace Ghost, welcome. Cute as Angel, welcome. And Lady Orleans says, what? 10? Yeah. So Lady Orleans, I was reading an article in the Wall Street Journal today. And the city did a building inspection of Federal Hall, where George Washington statue is. And they found it to be extremely, extremely unsafe. So they need to put up mandatory scaffolding. So we're gonna check it out before they put up this crazy scaffolding. But it's crazy. Hey, what's up, Ibrahim? But we're only gonna be on for about an hour tonight. I had to do something in Lower Manhattan, so. Hey, Joe C is here. What's up, Joe C? Welcome to the chat. We're gonna be doing a quick tour of Wall Street tonight, of Wall Street. I cannot believe they're gonna be putting up scaffolding at Federal Hall. So we'll check it out. Hey, Solo 401, what's going on? Solo 401 is our pal from Rhode Island. Lady Orleans is considering what happened in Florida. It's understandable. Yeah, it's totally understandable. But it's just kind of a bummer, you know, because that's a main New York icon. So we're gonna check it out tonight. Michael DaCosta, thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. So we're gonna check it out. We're only gonna be on for about an hour tonight. I just needed to see Federal Hall before the scaffolding goes up for 10 years. Wow. I used to work down here for many years. Right here in the New York Stock Exchange. Hey, Gregory Kelly says, hey, Skate Bro, good to be with you. Good to have you here, Gregory Kelly. So Gregory, we were just talking about how they're about to put up scaffolding in front of Federal Hall for over 10 years. So if anybody's visiting New York City and they want to see the New York Stock Exchange, they want to take pictures in front of the big George Washington statue, it's going to look a lot different because this whole building right here is going to be covered in scaffolding. So we're going to check it out right now. So I think once a week I'm going to be coming down here. And I guess that's why they have all the stairs closed off. So we'll check it out. But yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. So this is the Federal Hall right here. Hey, Sierra friends here. Sierra says, hey, Tom. What's going on, Sierra? But yeah, so the scaffolding is going to cover this building for 10 years. For over 10 years. So you're not even going to be able to see any of this. Isn't that crazy? How crazy is that? Hey, Victoria Greco's here. Victoria is our friend from Argentina. So welcome all the viewers from Argentina. Is that where George Washington was inaugurated? Yes, it was. Isn't that crazy? So look at this big, beautiful structure here. And this whole entire thing is going to be covered completely with scaffolding for about 10 years. Really, really crazy. Hey, Tech Explorers NYC is here. Gerald Lee's here. Says, hey, Wall Street Skate Bro. Wow, you're on late. Good to see you. Yeah, Gerald, I wasn't going to go live tonight because I was down in Lower Manhattan hanging out with some friends, doing some work. But then I came across an article today in the Wall Street Journal where essentially, Gerald, they're going to encase this entire building in scaffolding. Really, really crazy. And this is one of the main tourist attractions in New York City. So you're not going to be able to see any of this. All of this is going to be covered in scaffolding. Hey, Jose O is here. What's up, Jose? Says, guessing that it'll look similar to Big Ben and the scaffolding on it. Nice stream. Yeah, Jose, welcome to the stream, man. Gregory Kelly says, what a beautiful building. It's amazing. Really, really amazing. Rosie says, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Lady Orleans says, is your battery low? My battery is not low. My battery is not low tonight, Lady Orleans. Tech Explorers NYC, what's going on? Sierra Friends says, hey Tom, what's going on? Hey, Mr. Nobody says, yo, how's everybody doing? Lady Orleans says, true, I don't understand why it will take 10 years to fix, especially with the modern engineering we have. Yeah, so I was reading the article, Lady Orleans, and essentially what they said was that the city doesn't have the money to pay for the repairs. So they're just gonna put big, ugly scaffolding all over this building, Federal Hall, just to prevent all of the stones from falling down on the people. Lady Orleans says, Tom, by the time that scaffolding is removed, you'll be married with 2 kids. Oh my God. How crazy is that? Solo 401 says it's going to take 10 years to redo. I really hope not, but from the Wall Street Journal article, it just said that it's going to take so long because they don't have the funding. Hey, Sally's here. What's up, Sally? DJ says, hola, Tom. Saludos. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Tech Explorers NYC says, happy Friday. I still got random work to do. Appreciate you joining Tech Explorers NYC. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of crazy because I used to work down here on Wall Street for many years. For many, many years. And this is where I used to eat lunch. I used to go grab lunch at either Chipotle or Dos Toros. And I used to work right next to the Deutsche Bank down here. And I used to walk right here, Federal Hall, and eat lunch. So just to note, anybody who is joining the stream that plans to come to New York City, we are on Wall Street by the New York Stock Exchange. But the only thing that's terrible is that the Federal Hall is going to be completely covered with scaffolding for the next 8 to 10 years. 8 to 10 years. So you won't be able to see any of this. And that's why they closed all of this off with the gates. So by the end of next week, this should all be scaffolding. How crazy is that? Yes, Solo 401 says got money for parades though, for sure. For sure. Sally says, doing good, just watching you on TV. Appreciate you, Sally. DJ says, bien, y tu? Muy bien, DJ. Muy bien. Ibrahim says, by the time it'll be removed, I'll be 25. Wow. That's crazy. Gregory Kelly says, you are so lucky to be living in such a historic city. I agree. I just can't believe, like when I read the article, I just can't believe. Don't listen to this. I just can't believe that it's going to be up here for 10 years. Can you believe that? 10 years the scaffolding is going to be up. Really nuts. Hey, Mr. Nobody says they should be able to get enough funds in about 3 years. Yeah, I think people from the private market should just come in, or some big rich guy should come in here and just give them a couple $1,000,000 to restore the whole thing. But I mean, I understand why, right? I really understand the reason why. Because with everything that's been happening, especially as Lady Orleans pointed out in Florida, you know, structural things is really nothing to joke around about. Hey, Susanna, what's going on, Susanna? Karen says hi. What's up? What's up, Karen? What's going on? Hope everybody's well. Susanna says, thank you so much, Tom. Susanna, always a pleasure having you in the chat, my friend. And Irene Rivas, hey, happy Friday, everybody. Tech Explorers NYC says, rich guy had their own priorities like the little island. Ooh, very good point, Tech Explorers NYC. Still haven't been there yet. But Gregory Kelly, I do acknowledge that I live in such a historic city. It's amazing, it's beautiful here. So thank you everybody for joining. So I just wanted to give all of the viewers a quick look at Federal Hall before we have 10 years of ugly scaffolding. But I guess it is a safety hazard if stuff is gonna fall down on people, which I understand. But this is right across the street from the New York Stock Exchange. DJ says beautiful there, absolutely, very beautiful here. Tech Explorers NYC says look at the bright side. Next time it rains, you have another place to hide. Ooh, very good point. Just like this, check this out, everybody. So the reason why they put up the scaffolding is because in all these old buildings where they have all the brick and clay, sometimes it can get dislodged and fall onto pedestrians. And none of the landlords want to pay to fix the buildings, so it tends to just stay like this for many years. Ibrahim says, I don't understand why it will take a decade. Is it very old? Yeah, this building's hundreds of years old, Ibrahim. And I think they don't have the appropriate funds to fix it. Gregory Kelly says, don't we all love George? I do. Yeah, but it's just kind of crazy. I mean, it's going to be gone for so long. Solo 401 says, I'm a hotel engineer. Building supplies are through the roof right now and in short supply. I kind of see their point in it taking that long. Well, that's very good insight, Solo 401. Thank you for that. I was following the commodities prices of lumber, and I know that went through the roof, but ticker symbol LB is the commodity ticker symbol for lumber. And now it's almost back to pre-pandemic lows. So I think it'll be transitory, all this commodity inflation, but we'll see. Yeah, Tech Explorers NYC says you would think for such an important tourist spot they would hustle a bit. That's true. I just don't think they have the funds to do it. I don't think they have the funds. Yeah, so I was down here on Water Street after work. Hey, and we have Joseph Taylor here. What's up, Joseph Taylor? Joseph says hi all. Joseph, hope you're having a good Friday. Hope everybody's gonna have a great weekend. And we're just here in Lower Manhattan. For all those who are joining, they are closing the Federal Hall right next to the New York Stock Exchange due to a safety hazard for the public. Safety hazard for the public. So we're gonna have nasty scaffolding covering this entire beautiful building for 10 years. I understand why they're doing it, but that's kind of crazy. So let's get a good look at it before they scaffolding the whole thing up for 10 years. Solo 401 is our friend from Rhode Island, and he's an engineer, and he says it's a historic building, so you have to restore it a certain way. Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess it's easy for like common people like me to say, you know, why don't they do it faster? But it's just such a shame. Irene Rivas says, I took a snapshot of it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come here when it's light out just to try to get a couple shots of it, because in 10 years, that's crazy. I'm gonna be 30, 35 by the time the scaffolding comes down. That's really wild. Gregory Kelly says, George Washington, a great man and statesman despite some of his shortcomings. I agree. Yeah, so we'll cruise around Wall Street tonight. And this is the Broad Street station. We'll take a look at the Fearless Girl statue. Joseph Taylor says, I will be 81. Wow, Joseph. Can you believe that? I mean, I guess it's not like a big news item, but it still is a little crazy just because it's such a historic building. So this is the Fearless Girl statue on Wall Street. Tech Explorers NYC says, that's an important point about historic building standards. Yeah, that was a great point, Solo 401. I never even thought of that. To be honest. So I promise, when the scaffolding comes down in 10 years, I'll do another live, and you guys can see what it looks like. Lady Orleans is 35 and living in 432 Park Avenue. We can only hope. Solo 401 says, isn't Wall Street where New York began? I don't know about that, but I know that this sycamore tree here represents the first stocks that were traded. Because before all of the electronic trading, everything here was like a broker dealer on Wall Street, and everybody would actually trade with physical stock sheets, like with actually like physical receipts of stock, which is kind of crazy to think about. Joseph Taylor says it took over 30 years, the big dig in Boston. Wow. Take a picture of yourself in front of the building now and in 10 years. Rivas, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that. I have a meeting down here next week, and I'm gonna be in my suit and tie, so I'm gonna take a picture in front of it. That's a great idea. I spent many lunch breaks on those stairs. Another thing that looks like it's crumbling a little bit is the New York Stock Exchange. Could you imagine if they ever cover this thing in scaffolding? That would make me cry a little bit. Ibrahim says I have to go. No problem, Ibrahim, but before you go, I just want to say, hope you're having a great Friday, my friend. Thank you always for joining the streams, and I hope you and your family have a great weekend. Gregory Kelly says, did you ever trade at the New York Stock Exchange? No, I haven't, but my mom actually was able to get a tour in the New York Stock Exchange when she was a kid. But now, after 9/11, they closed down the New York Stock Exchange. So I've never been in it, but that's my dream, is to go into the New York Stock Exchange and ring the bell one day. Khalik is here, says, I love your format. I was in Manhattan last week with the family. I recommended your videos to friends going to New York City for vacation. Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining. It's really kind of you to say that. Thank you so much, my friend. So we're sitting right outside the Fearless Girl. Joseph Taylor says, any chance you can go to Peck Slip? Peck Slip, what is that, Joseph Taylor? Hey, and we have Joe Hernandez here. What's up, Joe? Joe, I'm not sure if you heard, but Federal Hall, which is right down here, it's going to be quote-unquote closed for 10 years. There's going to be scaffolding covering the entire building for 10 years. A little crazy. So thank you everybody for joining, and for all the new subscribers and everybody liking the videos. I appreciate it. Peck Slip is a street nearby, I think. Yeah, Joe Hernandez says, what, really? Yeah, so I was reading an article in the Wall Street Journal today, and the New York City Buildings Department, I believe that's what it's called, did an infrastructure evaluation of Federal Hall, where George Washington is and where he got inaugurated, and they said it was extremely unsafe So as of right now, they have this whole thing roped off. Nobody can sit on the steps anymore. And they're gonna cover the entire thing in scaffolding. And it's gonna remain that way for 10 years. So it's gonna look exactly like this. So you won't be able to see anything, none of the architecture, you'll just be able to see this beautiful, mangled mess. Joseph Taylor says South Street, 2 streets south of the Brooklyn Bridge. Sure, Joseph, yeah, we could do that. We can cruise around, my friend. But isn't that crazy, Joe Hernandez? This whole thing is gonna be covered for 10 years. That's such a travesty. Hey, Janice Rogers is joining the stream. He says, hello, how are you doing tonight? Your stream is coming in very good. Well, thank you, Janice Rogers. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's Friday, everybody. Time to relax. Hey, Kiki is our pal from Rochester, New York, which is a city, I think he said the third largest city in New York State, which I didn't know that. So what's up? Kiki says hello, everybody, and Tom. DJ says I would like to see that in person. Oh, it's beautiful in person. It's unbelievable in person. It's a part of American history. This is like America right here. This is where it started. Joe Hernandez says I was in the stock exchange several times in the 80s. I was studying for my Series 7. Wow. Joe, what was it like in there? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but after 9/11, they didn't allow anybody to come in for tours anymore. So I don't think anybody's allowed in here. Hey, and we have Charlie here. Hey, Charlie. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, Charlie? But yeah, this is the New York Stock Exchange. Tech Explorers NYC says, I guess that Florida building spooked enough people to do this. Yeah, which I understand, right? Tech Explorers NYC, I totally understand. DJ says women's work never praised enough. That's true. All right, everybody. So we will head out. Well, let's take one last look. We'll take one last look at Federal Hall. So I'm gonna make it a point to come here at least once a week, just so we could sort of see it before everything gets shut down here. Hey, Lady Orleans says, Tom, do you plan to create a membership for subscribers? I'm not sure, Lady Orleans. I'm really not sure. I'm also not too sure how that works, but it's something to think about. But Lady Orleans, happy Friday, my friend. Do you have any plans for the weekend? You going to the beach in New Jersey? I think I'm gonna try to head out to Long Beach, which is a town on Long Island. It was so hot today here in the city of Lady Orleans. Joe Hernandez says it was closed off after 9/11. Inside was crazy busy. You would be run over easily. Yeah, Joe, I always say that. I always say, like, I wish I was born in the 70s, so I could have, no, in like the late 60s, so I could have worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Like, that is my true calling. But now, if anybody who works on the New York Stock Exchange now, you're really just for show. All of the orders are executed electronically, and it's all algorithmic trading now. But I would have loved to have been a floor broker at the New York Stock Exchange back in the day, when everybody was trading physical sheets of stock. That would have been my dream. So here we are at Broad Street, and this is one of the best steakhouses, Bobby Van's. Hey, Out and About is here. What's up, Out and About? I was watching Out and About's live earlier today, where she was biking around Toronto, Canada. Joe Hernandez's Trading Places movie captures it well. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to check it out. It's called Trading Places. Could I get it on Netflix? Or I'd assume I could get it on YouTube and rent it. So nice. Yeah, but I can't believe that. The scaffolding is gonna be up for 10 years. It's insane. Hey, what's up, Andrew Calhoun? Andrew Calhoun is here from Australia. Irivas says Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. That was a funny movie. Kiki said, yes, Tom. She in Rochester, New York is the third largest city in New York State at 200,000 population. See, I have a good memory. I try to remember where everybody's from. Try to remember that. Hey, and we have our friend Film Mission. Film Mission, if you're just joining, the reason why we're down on Wall Street is because breaking news, the Federal Hall building with the George Washington statue is going to be closed. Well, when I say closed, it's just gonna have a bunch of scaffolding like this all around it for the next 10 years. So if you wanna come down, you better come to Travel New York to see it while you can. It's gonna be fully covered with scaffolding. So you won't be able to see any of this. It'll just be scaffolding. Hey, and we have NYC Everything says watch it from Staten Island, New York City. What's going on, Staten Island? Really nuts. So this is a map of the financial district. So Wall Street, financial district. You could take the 2 and the 3 trains. And that's the train I took to get here for many years. And you'll have a little map of the financial district. So I would get off at the 2 train and work right next to the Deutsche Bank. Damn, Solo 401 says sucks, I won't be there until late September. Well, hopefully they stall getting the scaffolding up so you could check it out. But Joseph Taylor says I am a 2-hour train ride to Grand Central from Connecticut. Joseph, so maybe you want to take a train ride in, man. Who knows? I think it's worth it. I mean, 10 years, the city should really expedite that, but who am I to say? As Solo 401 said, if it's an old historic building, I guess you do need to restore it a certain way. But I think 10 years is too long, man. But again, who am I to say anything? Lady was fighting with her Uber. Check out this guy's Lamborghini, crazy. I'm not a big car guy, but this thing does look amazing. Doesn't that thing look cool? I'm not a big car guy, but that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Hey, Roy says, good evening, Tom. Under promise, over deliver, as they say. Absolutely. Joseph Taylor says, is this Water Street? No, it's not, but we will go to Water Street. Might as well while we're down here. Because I did also have an office at 77 Water Street as well. DJ says the car is mine. Pisco says it's about to transform. That's funny. Hey, Mark Davis is here. He says, how was your day, Tom? Mark, my day was really good, man. Really, really good. Worked hard today. We'll just say that. But Mark, we are skateboarding Lower Manhattan. Federal Hall will be under construction for 10 years, so we were just taking a look at it while we still can. I also used to eat lunch up here too. And this is one of my favorite sculptures ever. Take a look at this. I used to work down here many years next to the Deutsche Bank. So here we are in the corner of Cedar Street and William Street in Lower Manhattan. Hey, NYC Everything says I used to work in building number 2 of the World Trade Center at Prescott and Turbin on the 56th floor. Worked in a lot of buildings back in the 1980s. Wow, NYC Everything, that's crazy. That must have been a great experience though. Joe Hernandez says most likely they got the lowest bid to restore, then in time it will cost more. The same old, same old. Phil Mission says thanks. There's something about buildings have to be inspected every few years, and some keep the scaffolding up for years to save money. I know, it's crazy. Hey, the Austin Tennis says, do you have a favorite pizza spot in the city? In the city, I would say Made in New York Pizza. Made in New York Pizza. But if you're gonna go to Brooklyn, New York, you have to check out DeFara Pizza. So if anybody's familiar with Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, if you take the 2 train to Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College, you can walk to DeFara Pizza, which is extremely good. Hey, Frankie Allen says, Tom, did you do a live stream from your home tonight? I didn't, Frankie, because the software wasn't working. So we're here in Lower Manhattan checking out Federal Hall before they destroy it and put up scaffolding for years. So that's what we're doing tonight, Frankie, but I'm going to try to find a solution so we can do it next week. Gus says, hey Tom, hope you're well. Gus, I hope you're well. Reva says, looks cartoonish, that's cool. Yeah, I really like that statue. But here we are overlooking the Federal Reserve, which we talked about on the stream 2 days ago. We're here in Lower Manhattan. I like the buildings. Look at how tall they are down here. But Frankie, I hope you're having a good Friday and hope you have a good weekend, my friend. Thank you for joining. Mark Davis, any plans for the weekend? Yeah, check out these buildings. So this building right here, this big one, is the Deutsche Bank. That's the top of the Deutsche Bank. So I hope everybody's well. right, now we are at Liberty Street in Nassau at the Federal Reserve building. Mark Davis's Tom is the Wall Street Bull on Broadway. I am working this weekend. Yeah, so the Wall Street Bull is on Broadway. A lot of people think the Wall Street Bull is on Wall Street, but it is not. It is not. Mark Davis says I have Zoom meetings on, in the medical marijuana space. Nice, Mark Davis. I can never pronounce that word. Mark, I'm gonna give it a try. Endocannabinoids. Endocannabinoids. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So we are here in Lower Manhattan. Hey, Mark Davis says you got that right, Tom. Cool. So here in the Federal Reserve is where they house the majority of the world's gold. So the majority of all of the world's gold is housed right here. Joseph Taylor says it's in a park on Broadway. The Charging Bull, yes. So a fun fact, the Fearless Girl statue, which we just took a look at, used to be right in front of the Charging Bull. But what happened was tourists were almost getting hit by cars, so they had to move it. This thing is so cool. It looks like a puzzle piece. Mark Davis says, I am hopeful. I am there in September, Tom. Phil Mission says, I was photo shooting a Mode friend late night at that building and police showed up. Ooh, that's not good. So this circle here used to be a Chase Bank, but now it's completely empty. So this used to be an amazing fountain. So right in here, all water used to be filled and shoot up. And all around here used to be a JP Morgan Chase retail bank branch. But during the pandemic, they decided to close this branch. But I remember coming here a lot, and this would fill up with water. And it was almost like you were in a mini aquarium. You were in the JP Morgan Chase Bank. It was really, really crazy. But this is right outside the Trump building. I'll give you guys another shot of the buildings. Right here, this big one is Deutsche Bank. Hey, and we have Marco P in the house. What's up, Marco? Marco, hope you're well. Happy Friday to all the viewers. I'll take you guys past a good coffee shop. It's called Black Fox Coffee. Very good. Hey, Solo 401 says CNBC article says it'll be up 5 to 10 years and the scaffolding will be finished being built in mid-September. That's crazy. Well, I mean, still, Solo 401, I don't have any expertise in this field as you do. Does it really need to take 5 years? Or is it just like a lack of, I don't know. I mean, 5 years seems a little excessive. I mean, if you think about during the Great Depression, we managed to build the Empire State Building in way less time than that, if you think about that. So this is the atrium at Deutsche Bank. So when I worked here on Wall Street, I would get off right here out of this subway station, the 2 and the 3 trains. And before COVID, all of this atrium was open to the public. Here, I'll show you guys a look in there. But they haven't cleaned the glass since the pandemic, so everything's disgusting. But in here, this is where all the Deutsche Bank employees would hang out, eat lunch. It was really, really beautiful in here, and it still is. There's palm trees, there's waterfalls, there's fountains. But now with the pandemic, it is still closed. So when it was in the winter time, I would actually eat lunch in here, right here on Wall Street at the Deutsche Bank. So Solo 401 says not at all. It all comes down to money. Okay. So that may explain it, Solo 401, because if you look up the Wall Street Journal article, it explains that the city is responsible for restoring that, but they don't have the funds. So everybody, if you're ever in Lower Manhattan and you want a very good coffee spot, you have to come here. You gotta come here. It's called Black Fox Coffee, and it's right across the street from the Deutsche Bank. I'll show you guys. So right here, 60 Wall Street, Deutsche Bank. 60 Wall Street. This is one of the best coffee shops by far. So Black Fox Coffee Company, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Weekends, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's really, really nice. Yeah, Lady Orleans, Black Fox Coffee, really nice. And it's actually attached to an apartment building. Here it's 70 Pine. So if you walk right in here, it's the apartment building, but it's also attached to the Black Fox Coffee. I've never been in here though, this restaurant. All right, let's see what Solo 401 says. Solo 401 says, being a federal building, they should be able to get federal grants to fix it. I would say 2 years would make it perfect. That's so strange. So all the articles that I'm reading are saying 10 years. 10 years is crazy. But then again, I do believe it because I went to college, John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and all of the scaffolding was up. So the day I arrived to college, like the architecture was beautiful, but the day I arrived, they put scaffolding up and it was there for all 4 years I was there. Really crazy. So Joseph, if you're still watching, this is Water Street right here. Hey, Lady Orleans says, good night, Tom and everybody. Take it easy, Lady Orleans. We'll see you tomorrow. Solo 401 says, no one wants to work these days. So Joseph Taylor, this is Water Street. So we'll skateboard past my old building, 77. And Gilbane is here too, which was a construction company that used to be my account. I used to manage my account. I always like filming the street signs. Check it out how cool they look. Because you see the Federal Hall with George Washington right at the street signs. Hey, Julie Hodge is here, says hello and happy Friday evening. What's up, Julie? Yolanda Hicks, what's up, Yolanda? Says hello, I'm finally able to catch you live. I'm a new subscriber. Hello, everybody. Hey, Yolanda, what's going on? So everybody, this is Yolanda Hicks. She's a new subscriber. Welcome to the stream. Pleasure having you here. And I'm so glad that we're able to talk to you live. So this is kind of cool. Yolanda, where are you tuning in from? If you don't mind us asking. We're just skateboarding down Wall Street tonight, Yolanda. Gregory's coffee is pretty good, but it's not my favorite. It's okay. It's not the best. Yolanda's from Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn in the house. Yolanda, I used to live in Greenpoint. I used to live in Greenpoint, Brooklyn on DuPont Street. But then I moved to the city because the rents came down significantly during the pandemic. Alright, and here we are at the old office, everybody. 77 Water Street. So we were right next to S&P Global. Actually, S&P Global's 2 more buildings down. I apologize. But here it is, the old stomping grounds. And we still have this really cool like candy store thing outside the office. Yolanda says, thanks for the welcome, everyone. I appreciate it. No problem, Yolanda. Pleasure having you here. Happy Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. The weather should be nice in the city, so hopefully we can get out to the beach or something. I may head out to Long Island, or at least go to Coney. Who knows? I hate when the skateboard gets stuck on rocks. It's the only thing. Check out these monuments. I guess they're like old phone booths or telephone booths. Lower Manhattan is so empty tonight. Look at it. Solo 401 says it's a structural problem, not a cosmetic. It's built on shifting soil. 2004 they found out when they used radar and found part was over an empty air pocket. Whoa, that's freaking scary. How'd you find that out, Solo 401? If it's an article, please drop a link because I would love to see that. I was in here for a conference once. Check this out. So this is a little newsstand in the office building. And they also have a cafe. Solo 401 says Federal Hall was even cracked when the towers fell. Wow. DJ says it looks very nice like this with the clear streets. I agree, DJ. Yolanda Hicks says, are you big in investing? How do you go about it? I'm thinking of cryptocurrency. Yeah, so Yolanda, that's what we talk about a lot on the stream. We talk about that a lot. So if you're new to investing and you don't know much about it, what I would do, come on, I'll let the truck go by. What I would do, Yolanda, is read the book Common Sense Investing by Jack Bogle. Common Sense Investing by Jack Bogle. Because Jack Bogle is the founder and CEO of the Vanguard Group. Sorry, I'm just letting the guy go by. So Jack Bogle was the founder and CEO of the Vanguard Group. He unfortunately passed away, but he was very old. And he was all about trying to get the average retail investor invested into the stock market in the safest and the cheapest way possible. So if you're just starting out, what I would do is I would Google the book, or actually I can give it to you for free right now. Hold on. It's an audio book. If you do exclamation point Bogle. So I just did exclamation point Bogle in the chat, and it's going to drop a link to the book Common Sense Investing. And it's all about investing over time in a very low-cost index fund that tracks the broader stock market, so the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. And I recommend, and I can't advise on anything, but I recommend your first $10,000 be invested in this type of instrument because it'll give you diversity in the broad US stock market, right? So if you're not educated on how to evaluate companies, if you don't know how to discount their cash flows, I think the most responsible thing to do would be to dollar cost average. Let's say if you have a job or something like that, you could take a portion of your paycheck and buy a piece of the S&P 500 every single week over time. And while you're doing that, you should be researching on how to evaluate companies the proper way. So we talk about that a lot on the channel. So if you want to watch some of the previous streams, we go over in some of the segments where I highlight institutional investors. I drop some of the links to their interviews that they do. And the common theme on Wall Street for the most successful investors is that they buy companies that have earnings, with earnings growth. So they look to buy companies in a large total addressable market that will grow their earnings over the next 5 to 10 years, that has good return on equity, has good pre-tax margins, and are overall profitable. So hopefully that answers your question. So check out that book. I would start there. Jack Bogle, the CEO and founder of the Vanguard Group. Wow, check out this view. And I'll catch up on the comments. Yeah, so Yolanda, if you're just starting out, I would not buy specific cryptocurrencies and things like that, in my opinion. I would first do a lot of research on some of the different things. But thank you for your question. Hey, Monica's here. What's up, Monica? Monica is our pal from Sweden. So everybody, we're overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. Solo 401. Oh yeah, Solo, I dropped it. Joseph Taylor says, wow, I had a mutual fund in Vanguard years ago. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing about investing over time is studies will show as long as you keep your expense ratio low, which is the amount in fees that you pay to Wall Street, you will tend to be very successful. I don't know what the heck's going on over there. Do you guys hear that? Or is that just me? Hey, God Loves 6980 says amazing. What's up, God Loves 6980? Kenneth is here, says nice. Hey, we have the Swan, the one and only Swan is here. The Swan from Ireland. What's going on? DJ says I would stare at that for hours. Yes. Kiki says, Tom, what's your opinion on Webull? It's just like a broker, but it's like a very low-end broker. I would not recommend using them. I would recommend either Charles Schwab or Interactive Brokers or Fidelity. So hopefully this is a better view. I turned up the brightness, but we're overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, Joseph Taylor says, woot woot the Swan. Sally says, beautiful night. Thank you, Sally. Mark Davis says, party or something. Screaming, yeah. Joe Hernandez says, tiptoe with crypto. That's what I say. Yeah, I would agree. Well, thank you everybody for joining the chat. Thank you everybody for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. So on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we usually just skate around the city really relaxed. But during the weekdays, we usually cover specific topics in regards to investments or specific sectors in the economy. So this year we covered a wide range of topics, from the global semiconductor shortage to artificial intelligence, to a mutual fund called ClearBridge and sort of their investment style and their investment thesis. So if anybody's interested in that, please check out the pre-recorded streams on the channel. Yeah, this is one of my favorite areas. It's beautiful here. I think I'm gonna take you guys over here. We'll skateboard all around here and under the bridge. Yeah, that ship is wild. It's really nice. Here, let's take a walk around up here. So here we are overlooking Lower Manhattan. Monica says, New York at night is beautiful. Yes, it is. Joseph Taylor says, Pier 16. Wow, check out this boat, guys. Really nice. Really peaceful here. So we're overlooking Brooklyn, New York. Hey, and we have Michelle McGraw here, one of our favorite viewers of the stream. Michelle McGraw is the best. Michelle McGraw says, hey, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, Michelle. Hope you're having a good one, and hopefully you have some interesting plans for the weekend. Hey, Juan. What's up, Juan? Says, oh, I'm on late. No problem. No problem, Juan. We're just hanging out. So Michelle McGraw, if you're just joining and you didn't see the beginning of the stream, the Federal Hall building near Wall Street is going to be completely covered up with scaffolding for the next 5 to 10 years. Isn't that crazy? So we won't be able to see any of it. Joseph Taylor says, I have pictures and postcards of South Street because it's related to my town. That's awesome. So Joseph, what town are you in? In Connecticut, specifically. Is it called South Street, your town? Yolanda Hicks is our new viewer from Brooklyn, New York. DJ says, beautiful view to take many photos. Oh, you're from New Haven, Connecticut, Joseph Taylor. Okay, cool. Connecticut is home to a lot of big hedge funds, such as Bridgewater Associates, which is owned by Ray Dalio. Hey, Kenneth is here. Kenneth says, from North Stonington here. Nice, Kenneth. Kenneth, always good to see you on the stream, man. Hopefully you're having a good Friday night, Kenneth, so happy Friday. Hey, Ibrahim is back. So I think I would have done... Ibrahim says, I think I would be done with college when the scaffolding is removed. Ibrahim, crazy. So we are overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. Beautiful tonight. Mark R. Davis is our pal from Toronto, Canada. He says, the Swan, lots of historical buildings in New York City. However, Empire State Building, most popular. I keep thinking of the original King Kong movie. Yes, our pal, it's the Swan from Ireland. Michelle McGraw says, it's so nice here. I love it down there. Yeah, Michelle, it's beautiful. We're at the South Street Seaport. The South Street Seaport. I'm actually gonna sit down for a minute. Hey, and look who we have here. We have the Magic Walker. Magic Walker, welcome. We are at South Street Seaport, and we are overlooking the view of the Brooklyn Bridge. So hope you're well. Magic Walker, if you're just joining, we were at Wall Street taking a look at the Federal Hall building, which will be completely covered with scaffolding for the next 10 years. Michelle McGraw says, one of my favorite places in the city. Yolanda Hicks says, do you know if Broadway shows will be open this year, says Yolanda. So Yolanda, I think they're already open, I want to say. So the only thing that I saw, and maybe Michelle could better answer this, because Boogie Bob on his channel, I was watching a video where Bruce, I believe it was Bruce Springsteen, was having a concert. And I know that's not Broadway, but you'll get the point that I'm trying to make. There was a big uproar that he required everybody who wanted to view his concert to have a vaccine. So I think that's what they're going to do with Broadway plays. They'll let you go view the Broadway shows, but you need to show proof of vaccination. But maybe Michelle McGraw can provide a little bit more clarity on that. Yeah, so the Magic Walker says, oh no, I missed it. Yeah, so it's crazy. So they are going to close down Federal Hall for 10 years. Well, not close it down, just the outside. Oh, Joseph Taylor says he has a Broadway show, Bruce. Got it, okay. Show starts in October. So Michelle, was it, so does Bruce Springsteen's show start in October? But I thought there were people having a big protest about it, though, I thought. Or are they protesting in anticipation of the show? I have no idea. Oh, it's on. Oh, this Joseph Taylor says it's on now. Got it. All right, everybody. So let's go over here. I'll point with my skateboard, but we're gonna go all the way down there and we're gonna skateboard all over. So thank you everybody for joining. If you like the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you like the content. And we are in Lower Manhattan. The city looks beautiful in Lower Manhattan at night. You could see one of the party boats over there. Joe Hernandez says Bruce Springsteen's Broadway show started already. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. Let's see if we can zoom in on the party boat. Here, let's try to zoom in on the party boat. So beautiful night in Lower Manhattan, overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. The Magic Walker says I got on boats here too. I love New York and Toronto lights at night. All right, so let's head out, everybody. And we're gonna go to a really, really beautiful place, really nice. You guys are not gonna believe when you see this. So there's a good restaurant that just opened up where we're gonna go. It's called Momofuku. And Momofuku Noodle Bar is actually also in the Time Warner Center at Columbus Circle. It's amazing, really, really good. And one of my good friends was the head chef at Del Posto, which is a famous Italian restaurant in the city. And one of his best friends is a head chef at Momofuku Noodle Bar. Here we are at South Street, Seaport. Yes, David Chang, Kiki. Kenneth says, I want to stay in this area next time I go to New York City. Kenneth, you're going to love it. So, Kenneth, if you stay in this area, you got to go to this steakhouse called Delmonico's. You're going to love it. Tech Explorers NYC says, did not know there was a Momofuku in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, they just opened it, so let's check it out. Let's check it out. That's one of my favorite spots, Momofuku. We'll have to check it out. So I think now there's 3 locations total, but my favorite Momofuku is in Columbus Circle. That's my favorite location. Columbus Circle, 59th Street. Oh, but it's closed. Yeah, so Tech Explorers NYC, here it is, man. Right here, Momofuku. The Swan says, skateboarder, is it more expensive to go to Lower Manhattan or Upper? I would say Midtown Manhattan is more expensive on 57th Street because that is Billionaires Row. But Momofuku is right here. Yeah, Tech Explorers NYC at the Seaport. So right here. They just opened a Momofuku. Really nice. I'm actually going to sit down for just a minute. Mark R. Davis says, is there a lot of nightlife there, Tom, in Lower Manhattan? Yeah, so at the Seaport there is, Mark. Also, there's a place called Stone Street, which is extremely, extremely packed with bars, restaurants. So if anybody's in Lower Manhattan visiting, please go to Stone Street and you'll have a good time. Joseph Taylor says, Swan, my favorite bar in New Haven, Connecticut, had 65 beers on tap. It's closed now. Wow. Hey, Michelle McGraw says, did you happen to see all the jet skis that came the river back there about a month ago, Tom? Hundreds of them. It was crazy. No, Michelle, I didn't see that. Is it on YouTube? I'm gonna check it out. I'm getting a little bit of a contact high here from all the weed. Kenneth Okiki, I read that already. The Magic Walker says you went to Aurora today. Nice. The Swan says Joseph Taylor. Wow, that's what I call fab. Love that. It's when Skateboarder mentioned about party that it hit me about my longing for beer earlier. Well, the Swan, you got plenty of that in Ireland, right? So Mark Davis is in Richmond Hill, Canada. I'm not too sure where that is. So let's head out. But yeah, if anybody's interested, Momofuku Noodle Bar. There's one location at Columbus Circle, 59th Street. In addition to a brand new location here at the South Street Seaport. What's going on here? DJ says the truth is it's beautiful here. Ibrahim Azam says, I think big city life is for me. Ibrahim, you gotta move to New York, man. The Swan says, I hardly ever drink, but for some unknown reason, I just wanted to tonight. Have at it, the Swan. Joseph Taylor says, all my favorite is Dogfish. Dogfish had 120 minutes, 17% alcohol. Wow, Joseph Taylor. That's enough to rip your face off. The Magic Walker says, Mark Davis. Yes, and I go to Richmond Hill sometimes as well. Love Toronto, but like to go on road trips too. Peace Ghost says, Tom, on the next stream, I'd like to see you on a date on my next stream. I don't think that'll be happening, man. Hey, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Russell is back again on the stream. What's up, Dan? I think these people were screaming. I'm not sure why, but Dan, hope you're having a good Friday. And I hope you are going to have a good weekend, my friend. Always good to have you. Dan Russell. Michelle McGraw says MJ from Aya Vlogs was here when it was going on, but I think she changed her channel name to New York Daily Live. Thank you, Michelle, for that. Feel free to post the link in the chat. I would love to see that, Michelle. The Swan says something's up over there. Take care, skateboarder. Appreciate that, the Swan. As long as we have the Swan in the stream, we're untouchable. So I think we'll be all right. So welcome to the Seaport, everybody. We are at the Seaport District in New York City. Joseph Taylor says Toronto has a great Chinatown. Nice. My favorite Chinatown is in Flushing, Queens. Flushing, Queens. This is a really nice bookstore. I'll show you guys here at the Seaport. McNally Jackson. Hey, we have Loose 72 here. What's up? Loose 72, we're walking around the Seaport and we went to Wall Street because they're covering the federal building or federal hall for 10 years. It's gonna be completely covered for 10 years, if you can believe that. And iPic theaters are actually really cool. iPic theaters. Michelle McGraw says, oh my, that didn't sound good. Mark Davis says, that's great. Magic Walker, I spent a lot of time in Toronto. I worked DT Toronto a lot. The Swan says, they drink here like in the US now. It's all bottles, fancy color, alcohol drink. Got it. Loose 72, evening, what's up, Loose 72? Yeah, Mark, I think there's a lot of parties going on here, man. Monica Erickson says, Thomas fast as lightning on the skateboard. He could skate away from trouble. Please, no trouble. I don't want any trouble. So I Pick movie theaters is really cool, but each ticket I think is like 25 bucks. But it's a 3D movie theater and it's amazing. So if anybody's interested, just Google it. Google I Pick movie theater and it's unreal. It's super amazing. So if you're ever in Lower Manhattan, please check it out. Hey, and we have Gerald Lee. What's up, Gerald? Gerald, I feel like I saw you. I was talking to you earlier in the day. There was a textbook publisher called Rand McNally, says Gerald Lee. Gerald, happy Friday, my friend. And I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have some good plans. So for those who are just joining, this is the South Street Seaport, a beautiful area in Lower Manhattan. And the Swan says there's Upper Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, and Mid Manhattan. That sounds like a city itself. They sort of are. They're sort of like cities within cities. Mark R. Davis used to go to Dragon City on Spadina Joseph a bit. Toronto talk. I'm not sure what that is. I got to get to Toronto. They got to open the borders up. I want to go to Canada so bad. So we have Heineken Seaport Sounds. Heineken Seaport Sounds. Whatever that means. Loose 72 says Rand McNally does a lot of highway maps. I did not know that. The Swan, this sign's for you, pal. This sign is for you. No alcohol beyond this point. These barrels look really nice. Oh, Gerald, that's where it was. It was on Action Kids chat. That's where it was. Charlie says todo bien. I forget what that means, todo bien. Ibrahim says, was there a topic tonight or will it be Monday? So Friday nights we just sort of hang out, Ibrahim. So I think Monday through Thursday we'll have specific topics. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're just gonna chill out. But Ibrahim, I guess we did have a topic today. We were covering Federal Hall building. Mark Davis says the border opens in August. Nice. It's gonna be great. All right, so we're gonna do one quick pass through and then we're gonna go to, we're gonna skateboard all the way back uptown to the Upper West Side where I have to head home. Yeah, it looks like a Harry Potter movie. I've actually never seen any of the Harry Potter movies, but I'm gonna make it a goal to at least watch one of them. Wow, check out this place. Johnny Strides is going from Toronto to New York in August. So I think this was an old Brooks Brothers that's now closed down and abandoned. Check that out, totally vacant. Hey, Bruce Wayne. What's up, Bruce Wayne? Long time no see, man. This is the lighthouse back there. Yes, very good. But Bruce, good to see you, man. Yes, the Swan. So Swan, we never come down this way. So the Swan, how you liking the lower Manhattan? What do you think? Do you like it better than Midtown Manhattan, where we usually are? It says, welcome to the Seaport District, New York City. So the Swan, I know you like the Empire State Building, but we're about to see an unbelievable view of the World Trade Center. And now we are back on Water Street. So we have to cross the street and go to Fulton Street. Solo 401 says World Trade Center is my favorite, but we're about to see an amazing view of the World Trade Center, so get ready. That's fair, the Swan, that's fair. So Solo 401, is the Freedom Tower your favorite building in the city? So the Swan's favorite building is the Empire State Building. Solo 401's favorite building is the Freedom Tower. Here we are at the World Trade Center. What do you guys think? On a scale of 1 to 10. I think it's looking good tonight. I think it's looking really good. Hey, I see Josh D. What's up, Josh? What's going on, man? Trust you're well. Hey, Joseph, take it easy, man. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a good weekend. Gerald Lee says good night, Joseph. Take it easy, Joseph. Have a good one. So here, I'll show you guys a better view. of the World Trade Center. Hey, and we got Daniel G. Whoa, look at that rat. That was a disgusting rat. Daniel G is our pal from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Welcome, Daniel. We are just skateboarding around Wall Street, and we're looking at the World Trade Center. And at the beginning of the stream, we were covering the Federal Hall building with the George Washington statue that is going to be under construction for the next 10 years. So you won't even be able to see it for the next 10 years. Really crazy. I fell in love with the World Trade Center in '94 when I went to the original towers at 14 years old, says Solo 401. Wow. Hey, Monica's still here. Monica's from Sweden. Ireba says it looks really tall. Pretty, but my screen is a little blurry. Let's see. What about now? Hey, Phil Mish, this is very nice. Yolanda Hicks is a 10. The Swans is 9.99999 out of 10. Yes, Solo 401, it's 1776 feet tall. Michelle McGraw, this is amazing view. Oh, it's really nice. Garbage truck. Never skateboard next to a garbage truck. Rule number 1. Rebus is darker. Maybe it's my phone tonight. So I'll show you guys around Fulton Street Station. I don't know how good the service is going to be, but this is the brand new Fulton Street Station in New York City. And it looks like a spaceship in here, and it has a Shake Shack and everything. At Fulton Street Station. Solo 401 says too many blind spots next to a garbage truck. That and skateboard. If you hit a rock, you get projected forward and you go flying like 10 or 20 feet, and it's happened to me before. So the thing is, you never want to skateboard. You never want to skateboard next to a garbage truck, because if you catapult into the garbage truck, then not a pretty sight. But this is the Fulton Street Station, and it looks like a spaceship in here. What do you guys think? And there's a Shake Shack on the top floor, so there's a Shake Shack right here. The Swans' rats are the biggest scavengers. So thank you everybody for joining. Kenneth says, oh my God, Shake Shack. I personally like Five Guys better. And there's also a Krispy Kreme donut in here too. What else is in here? Let's see. I think there's a Gongcha in here, which is like a very good bubble tea place. Gongcha, I think it's called. So this is the Krispy Kreme. Yeah, no Five Guys, Solo 401. Yolanda says, Yolanda, out of curiosity, how did you find the channel? I always like asking people that because I find it pretty interesting. Whoa, they have an Irving Farm coffee roasters here. This is one of my favorite coffee spots in the entire New York City, is Irving Farm. Really, really good. Monica Erickson says, I've never eaten a donut. Oh, well, that's because you're Swedish. Us Americans eat many donuts. Bruce Wayne says, guys, try 5 napkin. I'm gonna try it. So Bruce Wayne, where is 5 napkin burger? I've heard of it, but I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in Hell's Kitchen. Okay. I don't live too far away. Just a stone's throw away on the skateboard, I guess. So we'll have to check it out. Michelle McGraw says, Tom, have you ever seen any of the, what's it called? The Dronealist videos? I have not. I'm gonna check it out though. I am gonna check it out. Oh, Canadians eat donuts. Tim Hortons. Timmy Hortons, I've been there before. Very good. I like Tim Hortons a lot. Solo 401 says 5 napkin burger is awesome. Get the onion rings too. Ireva says, I've never tried a mochi donut. I hear they're good. Interesting. Yolanda Hicks says, I typed in the search bar on YouTube skateboarding around New York City, and that's how I found your channel. No way. That's crazy. That's so funny. Cool. Well, Yolanda, we are skateboarding around the city. Wow, look at how beautiful this looks. Hey, Penelope's here. Penelope, what's going on? Says, good evening. Did I miss hot donuts now? Penelope, good to see you. Amazing to see you. Long time no see. Bill's Burger near World Trade Center is good too, says Solo 401. Wow, it looks amazing here. What kind of sneakers? Oh, these are just junky sneakers that I got from Marshall's. I don't even know what brand they are. But I just wear them when I'm doing live streams, because I think we've done probably over 500 plus miles on the live streams so far. With that being said, I have to take a little break, not gonna lie. Penelope says, hello, hello, good to see you too. Penelope, always good to have you here. So we're sitting here near the World Trade Center. Look at that view with the American flag in the view, amazing. Solo 401 says, Bill's on 85 West Street. Lou 72 says, Union Break. Yep, I am from Long Island, Long Island Railroad. Michelle McGraw says the Oculus is strange. It is kind of strange. Check it out. But Yolanda Hicks, yeah, that's awesome. Glad you're here. We're really glad to have you. But Michelle McGraw, I'm gonna check that out. The high rises in the city. I'm assuming he uses a drone to do that. Daniel G says, which is the oldest building in downtown? Could that be the Trinity Church? Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I think it's Trinity Church, if I'm not mistaken. Phil Mission says 500 miles, nice, super fit, better than any gym. Irevis is very clear now, looks good. Let me wipe off the camera, hold on. What about now? It's always good to see Irene Rivas too. Solo 401 says, my balcony overlooked the Freedom Tower last year. Wow, Solo, you had an apartment here, Solo 401? Yikes. Yolanda Hicks says, I thought you were a teenager until you talked about college. Are you young or in your early 30s? Do you show your face in time? Yeah, so I do, but I'm 26. I just turned 26. And the majority of the time on the channel, Yolanda, so on Monday through Thursday, we pick a specific topic in regards to finance and in regards to specific sectors in the economy. So for example, last week, we talked about the global semiconductor shortage. And then we talked about a couple mutual funds and how to evaluate stocks the proper way. But yeah, I just turned 26. Oh, you had a hotel room for a week, got it. Michelle McGraw says, yes, it's so crazy, Tom. I'm always blown away by what he can capture. I'm gonna check that out. Is Stoned Kicker here? I didn't see his comment. Hey, Stoned Kicker, my God. Long time no see. An absolute staple, backbone of the stream. Stoned Kicker with one of the greatest YouTube channel names on the planet. Our pal Stoned Kicker is in the house. Unbelievable. Great to have our pal Stoned Kicker here. Always a joy to have Stoned Kicker. Solo 401 says World Center Hotel has great views. Yolanda Hicks says, can you believe New York paid $196 million for the Oculus? I can't believe that. That's really crazy. Hey, and we have Cosmo Scary here. What's up, Cosmo? Hope you're well, my friend. Monica says New York could have spent that money on the homeless instead. Yeah, well, I think that's a conversation we could have here for hours. I don't really like skateboarding on this side. I just think it's a little bit disrespectful. Because this is like right at ground zero. I especially wouldn't do any tricks or anything here. Ooh, Cosmo said you were just in the Lower East Side. Nice. So this is the Millennium Hilton Hotel. Loose 72 says oldest building in New York City is Wyckoff in Canarsie. 1652. Wow, that's nuts. That's really crazy. This is one of my favorite things about the city at night. Film Mission says, I wish they had rebuilt the two towers. I agree. I really wish they did too. Yeah, so for anybody interested in our friend Cosmo here, if you put ! Cosmo in the chat, it'll drop a link to his channel. So please check out our friend Cosmo Scary. But this is another thing I like about the World Trade Center. Look at all of the art. Isn't it amazing? It's really amazing here. All of the art here is really, really cool. Yeah, Yolanda Hicks, if you like my channel, you're gonna love Cosmo Scary's channel. So please check him out. Joe Hernandez says, you have good common sense, Tom, showing respect. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, if I'm not gonna shred around ground zero, that's like not a good look. Because the skateboard wheels leave like black marks everywhere, so I'm not going to rip around one of the biggest graveyards in the world on a skateboard. It's just not cool in my opinion, guys. Hey, Joseph Juan Sub Choi says, hi bro. Hey Joseph, welcome to the stream, my friend. I don't think I've ever seen you here live, so we appreciate you being here. I hope you're well. Happy Friday, Joseph. Joseph, we are skateboarding around Lower Manhattan today, and the purpose of today's stream is we went down to Wall Street, my old stomping grounds, and we went to check out the Federal Hall building because it's going to be covered up with scaffolding for over 10 years. Wow. The Swan says it's disrespectful. Yeah, I agree, the Swan. Yeah, I mean, you could just, even on a bike, like if you're skateboarding or scootering or biking, like on this side of the block near the World Trade Center, just get off and walk it, you know? It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I think we're good now. Just as long as you're on this side of the street, you could bike, you could skateboard, do your thing. But you just gotta show respect because, you know, I don't know, that's just me. Hey, the World Trade Center station here, the E train. Solo 401 says, I have a CPL photos of kids skating there. There's a lot who aren't as respectful. Yeah, I just would never skateboard at Ground Zero, man. I mean, people can do what they want, but not me. It's not cool. People tend to forget it's a graveyard, right? So quite literally, it is a graveyard. So it's always good to show respect. And people tend to forget that not only Americans died, people from all over the world, many different countries died that day. So, very important. So now we are at Chambers Street. Hey, and we have Sam here. What's up, Sam? Sam is in the chat, our pal from Toronto. We have a lot of people from Toronto joining. So what's up, our Canadian friends? Daniel G from Buenos Aires, Argentina, says street art is amazing. I used to develop apps for BlackBerry, and one of the most downloaded was one street art pictures. Wow. Solo 401 says, I appreciate that. Hey, Joseph Choi says, first time seeing you on YouTube. Well, Joseph, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, Josh D says, Tom, is it possible to move to New York City with $5,000 to your name and nothing else? 100%, Josh, 100%. And Josh, I think you should do it, man. Penelope says, yes, respect, and I just subscribed to Cosmo. Yeah, check out Cosmo, everybody. So I'm a big soccer fan. Hold on. Garbage truck. Never skateboard by a garbage truck. So I'm a huge soccer fan. I played soccer in college, and Cosmo had a really unbelievable video of the celebration when the Italian national team won the Euro. So if you guys are interested in that, please check it out. It's really nice. Cosmo takes some really interesting shots from very cinematic angles. So please check out our friend Cosmo. So let's get back on the board. We're gonna head all the way back uptown. So I may not be looking at the chat because I have to pick up the speed. So just bear with me here. It is Techno Pink. What's up, man? Techno Pink is our pal from the Dominican Republic. What's up? Oh my gosh, is that Sunshine, New York? It is Sunshine, New York. What's up, pal? Long time no see. Sunshine, New York. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Sunshine, New York. And Techno Pink. We were skateboarding around Wall Street because we went to look at the Federal Hall building before they put scaffolding up in the front of it for 10 years. So if anybody's from New York, New Jersey, the tri-state area, please get down to Wall Street before they cover the entire thing up for the next 10 years. So if you look closely all the way in front of us, you'll be able to see one Vanderbilt, the Vanderbilt Tower. We're coming up on Canal Street. Techno Pink says he's from Santo Domingo, the capital. Hey, Michael DaCosta, what's going on? Solo 401. DJ says, is it hot there, Tom? Yeah, and it's humid too. It's really, really humid. Bruce Wayne says they built the entire subway line in China in a year. They did, yeah. Hey, Catherine Capasso says, hi Tom, you're up late. Yeah, what time is it? I don't even know. I just wanted to check out the Federal Hall building before they close it down on all of us. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's crazy. Well, thanks everybody for staying up late with me then. We have a lot of international viewers on the chat. Alright, we're coming up on Canal Street. Thanks, bro. So here we are at the Dunkin' Donuts on Canal Street. Film Mission says I'm editing my film and you guys keeping me company on Late Night Sleepers. Yeah, so Film Mission has a channel too. Penelope says Night Owl. Thanks to you for being up late. Thank you, Penelope. DJ says, where are you going now? I am going to Columbus Circle. Joseph says, is it still hot in the night, right? Hope you're okay. Appreciate that, Joseph. Yeah, it is hot and it's humid. It's crazy humid. I think I'm gonna get an iced tea at the Dunkin' Donuts. Sam says, no worries, Tom, I'm always up. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We have a lot of new people in the chat, I see. So it's crazy how fast the channel is growing. So thank you for all the new viewers. It's fun talking to you guys every night. Reva says, how many hours do you sleep a night? I sleep about 6 or 7 hours. 6 or 7 hours a night. On the weekends, I try to sleep a little bit more. But sleep is sleep. And also, let's say if I don't sleep 6 hours and I only sleep 5, I'll take a 1 hour nap during the day. If you take a 1 hour nap during the day, so let's say you're supposed to go on a lunch break, and instead you just go to sleep for 30 minutes to an hour, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be so fresh. You're gonna feel great, trust me. Check it out. That's what I do anyway. Because sleep is vital. So if I don't get 6 to 7 hours of sleep, I feel really terrible. Busy night here, guys. Busy, busy. We're trying to watch out for the cars. That was nice. It's nice when the cars try not to kill you. That's always very nice. So we're here in Soho. Let's get up on the sidewalk now. And I'll read the comments in just 1 second. Check that out. This whole building is vacant. Wow. So there's a lot of vacant buildings in Soho. But check out this mural here with the piece of pizza. Looks awesome. Michelle McGraw says, I'm worried drivers can't see you in the dark on the road. Yeah, that is true, Michelle. That is true. So thank you everybody for joining. I'm just gonna take a 2-minute break because we were skating pretty fast. Go right in there, so sunshine. So Soho is beautiful tonight. Cosmo Scary says, saw a car run 2 red lights on the way home. I feel like that happens more often now. It does, it really does. Penelope says that's a cat nap. That is true. Kiki says, Tom, you're amazing. I'm watching on a 4K 65-inch. This is a beautiful stream. Well, thank you, Kiki. I appreciate that. Thank you for being so kind. The Magic Walker says that I had an iced coffee today at the 7-Eleven here. That sounds amazing. I may get a coffee, but I think I'm just going to stick with iced tea. Solo 401 says, maybe the way I was born. I only been up near Niagara Falls and loved it. All right, everybody, let's get back on the skateboard. But no work tomorrow. Yolanda Hicks says the rent is probably high. That's why so many vacant buildings. True that. All right, let's get back on the board. So I'm trying to figure out a way if I could stream in 4K. Could you imagine how cool that would look? Streaming in 4K. That's my goal. But the battery is gonna like die in 3 seconds. So maybe we'll do that a little bit later. Maybe within the next year. So, we will see. So here we're at a nice art gallery. Cosmo Scary says, I think you need a modem to stream in more in 4K. Yes, I would. I would. Hey, God Love 69 says, you're still on. Yeah, we're still on. I have to go back home anyway. So we're just checking out some of the art galleries in Soho. Joseph says, isn't this 4K? Looks pretty clear resolution to me. No, this is 1080p, Joseph. So Joseph, I always like to ask people, how did you find this channel? If you don't mind me asking. Stone Kicker says, I hallucinated that mannequin was a Templar Knight looking at me in the reflection back there. That's funny. So this is one of the art galleries in Soho. I was actually gonna buy, I think we talked about it before on the stream, I was actually gonna buy this painting right here, but it didn't have the paper Investors Business Daily on it. If it did have Investors Business Daily, I would have bought it, but it did not. Joe Hernandez says, I saw on ABC News app the cops busted 19 cars in Brooklyn with fake license plates. Wow. I just got a notification from my broker. Shit. Hey, Disney cast member says, your Long Island accent makes me homesick. Nice. Disney cast member is a fellow, whoa. Disney cast member is a fellow Long Islander. DJ says, buenos noches, Tom. Great stream. Bye. Talk soon. Take it easy, DJ. DJ is our pal from Chile. Joseph says, I found your live stream channel from main YouTube, so I just clicked it and that was you. Wow, that's awesome. No, Sunshine, New York, I owned a couple options, and I forgot it was an options expiration Friday today, so I got my options automatically executed, so I'll deal with it later. It's options expiration, we'll go into it on another stream, but I forgot that my options expired today. So I was assigned all of the shares, but which is fine, because the company I bought the options on is a company I like anyway, so oh well. But that should be fun to deal with on Monday. Hey, Daryl Jank. Oh, Daryl, I think Daryl is from Chicago, if I remember correctly. Daryl says, I found you from Action Kid. What's up, Daryl? Disney cast member says, Long Island, the best place to grow up. Absolutely. I agree. Because look, if you grow up on Long Island, you can go to the beach. Hello. You can go to the city. You can pretty much do anything. So I do agree with that. All right, so we're near NYU. check this out. East Coast is beautiful scenery, it is. Wow, do we really, Ibrahim? That's crazy. 173 subscribers, that's crazy, guys. Well, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate everybody's support. So we are at Washington Square Park. Catch up on the comments in a minute. Hey, good night, Daniel G. Joseph says, are you friend of Action Kid? I started following him recently. I watch Action Kid, but I don't know him personally. But Action Kid seems like a very nice guy, but I do not know him personally. But Action Kid is in LA, isn't he? Los Angeles? Yes, we are just passing Washington Square Park. Hey, Joe C. What's up, Joe C? Hope you're well. Thanks for joining. We're skateboarding Lower Manhattan today. Now we're headed home. Yeah, Joseph says I think he's in LA. Yes, he is. Hey, Daryl says Chicago, Illinois was okay years ago, but now it's getting worse crime-wise. Well, Daryl, I appreciate you joining the stream. Hey, Tom, there's an incredible saxophone player in Union Square. I'll have to check him out. Hey, NYC Cherry Groove is here. What's up, Cherry Groove? NYC Cherry Groove, I'm glad you joined. So, the reason why I went live today so late is because we were in Lower Manhattan, and the Federal Hall building is going to be covered up with scaffolding for the next 10 years. So you won't be able to see any of the statues, the George Washington statue, or any of the outer facade of the Federal building. So we went to take a look at it before they put up all the scaffolding, which is crazy. So I'm not sure you heard about that, but maybe you should take a trip down to Wall Street to see it one last time before it's gone for a decade. It's sad, but I agree it has to be done. I think Solo 401 knows a little bit more about it than I do in terms of the structural damage. Yes, Sam, I said 10 years. It's going to be covered with scaffolding for 10 years. That's why we're looking at it today. Disney cast member, that's what I'm saying. You got to come here. You got to check out the New York Stock Exchange and the George Washington statue before it's gone. All right, everyone, I gotta take a little break. Sam says, damn. Hey, Dante Rose is here. What's up, Dante? Always good to see you, friend. Sunshine, New York says 10 years, oh my God. Hey, Mystic67, he says, hey, I'm a new subscriber here. Just wondering, are you skating cruiser wheels? Yeah, so we're not. So I'll show you the board. So we're ripping around the city on an 8.5 inch deck. And these wheels are one up from a skate park, so they're not cruisers. But whenever I go out to Long Island, I do switch to cruiser wheels because on the boardwalk, I want to be able to maneuver a little bit better. Ibrahim, yes, I will. Joe Hernandez says, Tom, do you have water? I do not, but I'm gonna get some. But Mystic67, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. I really appreciate the support, and hopefully you enjoy the content. So for everyone who's new, Monday through Thursdays, we stream skateboarding around New York City, but we talk about a specific topic in regards to investments, the general business world. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we just cruise and relax and hang out. But actually, Sundays I usually don't stream. I usually just chill and hang out. Kiki said, someone I think made a reference to me. LOL, I'm doing things while watching the TV, occasionally glancing at it. Yeah, so Mondays through Thursdays, we talk about a topic specific to the equities markets, commodities markets. I highlight specific mutual funds that are very successful. We review interviews with key portfolio managers on Wall Street, and we do that all from the comfort of our own skateboard. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're just kind of chilling. We're hanging out. Hey, we have Ken J in the chat. Ken J, what is up, my friend? Hope you're having a good Friday night and a good start to your weekend. So thank you to all of the new subscribers, appreciate that. So I think we're coming up on the Harry Potter store. Ooh, and can we get an exclamation point swan in the chat for the Empire State Building? So exclamation point swan. Ooh, Cherry Groove, I didn't get a chance. But Cherry Groove, there's good news. So I did write it down, NYC Cherry Groove, and when we do streams behind my desk, every Friday night I want to do a stream behind my desk, you know, sort of analyzing those specific stocks, but I couldn't get the stream to work today for some reason, so I had to go to the skateboard. Empire. Swan in the chat. Hey, Patrick, New York, what's up, man? Welcome, Patrick. Patrick, New York, I'm not sure if you heard, but the federal building with the George Washington statue at Wall Street is going to be completely covered up with scaffolding for the next 10 years. So we were taking a look at it. Peace Ghost is all right, Tom and everyone. Off to bed. Thank you, Peace Ghost, I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Julie? Disney cast member. Yeah, coffee. We talk about good coffee. There's actually a very good spot down next to the Deutsche Bank. It's called Black Fox Coffee. Very good. Really, really good. 60 Wall Street. So if you go to the back door of 60 Wall Street, you'll see Black Fox Coffee. A very good place for anybody who wants to check it out. Yeah, Ken J, it's a long, long time. Really crazy. Hey, Rebel Poet is here. Always good to have Rebel Poet on the stream. Rebel Poet, what's up? Rebel Poet says Dubai builds entire skyscrapers in a year. I know. Welcome to America. Magic Walker says, I like my coffee with 2 milk and 2 sweeteners. Ooh, Disney cast member said I had Black Fox coffee on vacation. What did you think? So my favorite spot is probably Black Press Coffee, which is on 72nd Street in the Upper West Side. But Rebel Poet, we always love having him join the stream. Always a pleasure talking to our pal, Rebel Poet. So welcome to the chat. And I hope you have a good Friday and an even better weekend. Hey, Sally says 10 years, that's too long. I know. That's why I think once a week, I'm going to try to get down to Wall Street and take a look at it, because 10 years, that's crazy. So Andrew, if Andrew is in the chat, our pal Andrew from Australia, there's your limo, man. Right there. Our friend Andrew. Magic Walker says, I'm going to New York just to buy some coffee. There we go. So NYC Cherry Groove has a very good place, very good recommendation. I've never been to it, but now I'm blanking on the name. So NYC Cherry Groove, if you're in the chat, feel free to share it. But NYC Cherry Groove used to live in the Upper West Side, so he knows a lot of good places. Disney cast member, you loved it. Nice. Yeah, Daryl says, ask, walk, ride, fly for coffee recommendations. Sally says, hi Tom, I'm still here enjoying your stream. I appreciate that, Sally. Thank you everybody for watching. And also, thank you everybody for your emails. I'm getting a lot of people emailing me. And I responded to most everybody. So we're coming up to Koreatown. Here, check out this view of the Empire. Beautiful view of the Empire State Building. Ken J says, Tom, have you ever been to Arabico Espresso in the East Village? I have not, Ken, but I will try. Here we have another look at the Empire. Alright, here we are at Macy's Herald Square. Hey, Dracula's here. I don't think I've seen Dracula on the stream before, so what's up, Dracula? Hey, Stephen Blades. What's up, Stephen Blades? I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Says, is this the new Action Kid? No, we are not the new Action Kid. We skateboard around the city and we talk about finance. So Mondays through Thursdays, we skateboard around New York City and we talk about different topics in the financial world. So about equities, commodities, interest rates, the Federal Reserve. And on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we skateboard around the city and we just hang out. So welcome to all the new viewers. Feel free to join the chat and join the channel. We appreciate you being here. Dracula says hi, thank you. Sam says, Tom, every time you ride, I feel like you're gonna hit something or someone. No, Sam, I'm very, very careful, I promise. And I'm also very respectful to other people that are on the road. Alright everybody, here we are at Macy's. Macy's in Herald Square. Hey, and we have Out and About here. What's up, Out and About? Disney cast member says, I remember the days when 7-Eleven had the best coffee. There were before coffee shops were trendy. Yes, yes, I know. Action Kid was an accountant. I do know that. So check out this view of the Empire State Building. Really, really beautiful here. Hey, what's up, Felix? Felix is here. She's better late than never. Felix, always appreciate you joining the chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Penelope says, loving the glide and chat here, Tom. Penelope, always enjoy having you in the stream, as well as Stephen Blades. Welcome to all of our new viewers. Ken J, I'm going to check that out. So Ken J recommends everybody go to Abraco Espresso in the East Village. So we're definitely going to check that out. What's up, Felix? Yeah, so this is the Empire, and then I will take you guys right here. You're going to see the Vanderbilt building. So it's going to have a blue top, so look out for it. Right about now, right here. That's the new One Vanderbilt building. Right here in Herald Square. So we'll do one quick lap around Macy's. We'll take one more look at the Empire State Building. Michelle McGraw says, so Cash Jordan before becoming a real estate broker. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of accountants, a lot of people that are interested in finance. I was in enterprise software sales, which I still am in tech sales. But I have my own IT consulting company now. So that's always good. But on my own, I do equity research and I cover SaaS stocks, so software as a service stocks. So right now I'm covering a company called Atlassian, which is mainly like which is a software company that specializes in DevOps. Michael Cannon Brooks is the CEO. I cover a company called Zoom Info, CrowdStrike, Zscaler, and HubSpot. Here we are at 34th Street, Penn Station. Hey, Rebel Poet says, used to be very rare to see a 7-Eleven in Manhattan. Now there's a lot of them. Mystic67 says, how I wish I was skateboarding right now with you on the streets. Yeah, Mystic, come on, do it, man. Stephen Blades says, Action Kid doesn't drink coffee. That's Walk, Ride, Fly. Got it, Stephen. Hey, David Karayan says, I used to work at 230 West 36th Street for 6 years, Verizon building. This brings back fond memories. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, David, and we appreciate you being here. Disney cast member says, sorry, Nightbot, no problem. Hey, quiet listeners here says, it must be late. First time I caught the live stream. Yeah, it's about 1:30 in the morning here in New York City. Joe Hernandez says, 7-Eleven, you can mix your own blend of coffees to your taste, or a fraction of the price. Nice. So let's head back. Tomorrow I'm probably going to wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll get to sleep in a little bit, which is good. Alright, so we're here at the Macy's. Hey, Scenario 101 says before pandemic, this area was crowded. Scenario 101 says. Welcome, Scenario 101. It's 10:37 here in Arizona, says Disney cast member. Hey, Ejan K says, hi Tom, great to see New York City on live. New subscriber here. Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. We have a lot of new people here, so welcome everybody. Hope you're enjoying the content. So for everybody that's new, on Mondays through Thursdays, we skateboard around the city and talk about a specific topic in relation to finance and investing, or just an overall sector in the economy. So for example, this week we were talking about the global semiconductor shortage and all the different types of products and services that semiconductors go into making. And now on the weekends we just hang out and skateboard around, talk about restaurants, coffee shops, anything. So welcome everybody to the stream. Skateboarding up Broadway. Quiet Listener says, it seems today has started well for me in England. Quiet Listener, what's up from England? Welcome to all of our English viewers. Dracula says, K-Town, Koreatown is busy now. Ibrahim, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Scenario 101 says, before pandemic, Friday night were very crowded around this area. Absolutely, I agree. Josh D says, worst advice you were ever given. The worst advice I was ever given is to be too conservative, not to take risk. You gotta take risk in life. So everybody I grew up with just said, you know, you gotta play it safe. You gotta just get a New York City civil service job and you'll be taken care of. And I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I think when you're young and you live in a city like New York, you gotta freaking go for it. got to do what you want to do, and you got to take risk. So, yeah, that's what I would say. When you're young, you got to take risk. Like you don't even understand how much risk you got to take. So here we are in Times Square. Phil Mission says, you have trouble sleeping after skateboarding? No way, I just drop like a rock. I drop like a rock. See, when you're young, when you're 18, 19, and 20, you think you're old, but you're not. So I would try to take every job opportunity that would come my way, take every sort of internship, network with people. You have to build a strong network of people. What else? And you have to make connections. So I would go to every single meeting, seminar that I could possibly go to. Especially if you're in college, I would join all of the like investment banking clubs. I would join all of the like investment clubs, everything. Because you never know who you're gonna meet.
Hey!
Thanks, bro.
I almost did
I know, I almost did a fucking front flip.
360, bro.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. I would go to every single investment seminar I could find at your local university. So if you go to college in a local place, or you go to college at a big, you know, let's say in a big Ivy League school, I would just attend every single extracurricular activity possible. That would sort of be my advice. All right, we're definitely not going to go down here. NYC Cherry Boost says, Tom, your approach to the stock market is very low risk. Yeah, so I think people get confused about risk perception, right? So risk doesn't necessarily mean buy a bunch of penny stocks with no earnings, right? That's considered risky, but that's like irrational risk where you're not going to make money. The risks I take are actually very risk averse, but they actually lead to higher returns. Like if you think about Google stock in 2013 to where it is now, that's a 300% gain. You look at Atlassian in 2016, when I bought it, to now, that's 500%. So and that's where a lot of people get confused in the perception of risk in the investment world. They think, oh, risk, I have to buy the next hot penny stock. But that's irrational risk. You want to build yourself a rational risk profile where you're buying good companies where they're high growth. But that is putting your money at risk. Like, there's no guarantees. You know, we could have had a brutal bear market from 2013 till now, and those growth stocks that I bought could have been crushed and hammered into the ground. But we just so happen to be in an environment where the Federal Reserve has kept interest rates at artificially low levels, and we've been having very pro-business, pro-markets presidents, starting with Barack Obama. So let's see where we are now. So that's actually my old office right here. Oh, Kenneth. Yeah, Kenneth always wants to see the Marriott. I forgot. Sorry about that. Just apologize. Phil Mission says, you have excellent communication skills. You do very well. Michelle McGraw says, how did you overcome your fear of taking risk, Tom? It was tough for me. It's just, you have to ease into it little by little. And I think when you realize that nobody around you really cares what you're doing, you'll be more prone to take risk. Ireva says that's exactly what my parents said. Graduate high school, then get a state job so you get your benefits. Yeah, that's what my parents said too. Ibrahim says, you are right, Tom. When I am 18 or 19, I will try to take some risk. Ibrahim, dude, I would give all the money I have now away if I could just be your age all over again, man. Michael DaCosta said, fell off the board. Yeah, we did. Joe Hernandez says, if you don't take risks, you don't fail. If you fail, you learn from them, and then you will succeed. That is totally true. Hey, Stone Kicker says 9 billion kilowatt an hour. Does that sound about right? Yeah, Disney cast member, you had many professions in your life. Penelope says, I agree. I wish I had done that 30 years ago. Yeah, I think when you realize, just like everybody's doing their own thing. I think one of the things that held me back, I mean, I've been pretty good at taking risks, but I think one of the things that's held me back in life is just like caring what people that I went to like college with or high school with would say. But when you really realize it, like nobody cares. It's like everybody's just trying to live their life and do what they do. So don't be afraid to do whatever. Just do it. But don't confuse risk with being irresponsible. You have to take calculated risk and you have to be calculated smart and make concentrated bets. And that could involve anything. That could involve a career, right? So this is a good topic. So one of my friends, he's an investment banking analyst at JP Morgan Chase, and he wants to work in private equity, or excuse me, venture capital. So he always tells me how I want to work at a venture capital firm, but they always want an MBA. They want an MBA. I'm like, well, did you apply? Did you apply for the job? He's like, no, I didn't apply for the job. I'm like, dude, you always put in for the job. It doesn't matter what qualifications you have or anything. You always apply to the job. If you're interested in the job, you apply for it. And he's like, yeah, but the job description says that you need an MBA. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. If you put in for the job, the hiring manager is obligated to look at your application. They could toss it out, but let them do their job. Make them do their job. Because if you don't apply for the job, you'll just be an investment banking analyst all your life at JP Morgan, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But the point is, you got to go for it. Because if you don't have that sort of attitude where you're like, hey, I'm going to apply for this job in venture capital, but if it says that I require if I require an MBA, I'm not going to apply, well, then you're probably not fit for the job anyway if you have that attitude. Because venture capital, you have to be extremely aggressive. You have to be extremely aggressive with finding the right businesses to invest in, with helping those businesses get off the ground. So you have to have a little bit of confidence in yourself, even if it's blind confidence. You just have to try it and learn as you go. Sam says, just apply to anything. Who cares what the ad says? If you feel you can do it, just do it. 100%. I mean, within reason. If it's like chief executive officer of Goldman Sachs, then okay, yeah, probably you shouldn't apply to be the CEO. But if it's just to like a regular like account executive or enterprise account executive, like that's exactly what I did at my company. When I was selling tech and tech sales, I was an account executive and I was doing so well. I was hitting like 300% of my quota every single month in and month out. So I just went up to my boss and I'm like, hey, I want to apply for major account executive and this is the salary I want. And I got it. and I doubled my income in 6 months just by asking for it. Just by asking. But that'll be another topic for another stream. So if anybody's in college or looking for a career change, if you're interested in enterprise software sales, so if you think about a company like Salesforce, all the big tech software companies, and if you want to hold a sales position at these companies, they pay extremely, extremely well. Almost as lucrative as investment banking. But a lot of people don't know that. And we are at the BNP Paribas, which is a French investment bank. Good night, Michael DaCosta. Disney cast member says, Wall Street skate bro, you overcame fears of risks after folding shirts. That's so funny. I know, I used to work at the Express in Times Square, and it was a terrible job. Ken J says, Tom, why did you leave your job? So that's a good question. So I did leave my job during the pandemic to start my own IT consulting company, or a VAR as it's called, or a value-added reseller, because I used to work in the healthcare sector selling electronic visit verification software and electronic medical record software, as well as your basic telecom and VoIP solutions. So I built an extraordinary book of business. So some of my accounts included New York Presbyterian Hospital, Ultimate Care, Preferred Home Care, a lot of these big accounts. So then once the pandemic hit, my company was going through a merger and acquisition, and I got a new manager and I wasn't really fond of him, and they took all of my big accounts away from me. So I had to start over. So I'm like, you know what? We're in the worst recession we've ever had in our lifetimes, ever in life. I have a pretty good capital, like I'm very liquid in terms of the cash I have, because from all the commissions I made in enterprise sales, I never spent any of it. I just saved and invested it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call my friend that owns one of the largest MSPs or managed service providers in the United States, and I'm gonna ask him to hook me up with some contracts with all of these other software providers to be a value-added reseller. So he did that, and then I launched my S Corporation, and I think I started it in September, and I lost money all the way up until December. But now we have revenues coming in. We're working on some big deals. So I've been working all this week on some pretty exciting deals that are coming to fruition finally, in terms of remote patient monitoring, as well as digital advertising deals we're working on. So hopefully those will close. And if I don't succeed and the company fails and we go bankrupt, I'll get another job. Who cares? Let's see, let me catch up on the comments. Oh, so if anybody's interested, this is the global sales and trading desk at Mizuho. And Mizuho is a Japanese investment bank. So this is their global sales and trading floor. So before the pandemic, you could see all the equities traders right here. The Mizuho Japanese investment banking sales and trading floor, it's right here. Hey, Jimmy Two Tone says, good advice, subscribe. Hey, Jimmy, thanks, man. Thank you for subscribing, Jimmy. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Hopefully you're having a good Friday night. And I hope you have a great weekend, Jimmy, and thank you for joining the channel. I gotta sit down though for 1 second, guys. Hey, the Magic Walker says, I work in inside sales for over 10 years now. Nice. What do you sell, the Magic Walker? Sam says, Tom, even if it was for CEO, I would apply for fun. That's a good point, Sam. Stone Kicker says, so capitalism. Love having Stone Kicker here. Hey, Destiny Calderon is here. What's up, Destiny? Ibrahim, especially for you. Ibrahim, if you're from California, so I mean, if you're 16, 17 years old, what I would do is I would create a LinkedIn account, Ibrahim, even if you're 16 or 17, and I would write a little bit of a bio about yourself. Say, hey, I'm Ibrahim Azam. I'm interested in software. I would love the opportunity to do a small internship at a company like Twilio or Salesforce or Zscaler. And you would be surprised, Ibrahim, at what you would come across. You know, because people that are directors of sales, we get spammed all day on LinkedIn for people trying to sell us different products. And even me, I just sort of toss them to the side. But if I see like a 17, 18-year-old kid sends me an email or something, or sends somebody an email and says, hey, I'm a hungry high school, college student, I'm very interested in software. This is sort of the stuff that I built. I published some stuff to GitHub. I'd love to sort of come in and take a tour of your offices. You'd be surprised with what you could accomplish, man. And I know, so I'll tell you a quick story, and I know it's a little bit controversial, but so just please put the controversy aside, because I know Martin Shkreli is a very controversial person. I don't want to get into it, but the way that Martin Shkreli got his bid into the hedge fund business is just that. He worked for Jim Cramer for doing just that, writing him a letter. He's like, hey, I'm a student at Hunter High School. I'm really interested in the stock market. Let me have a job. So Ibrahim, the younger you are, the more willing people are to help you. So if you're interested in tech and you live in California, you'd be surprised. You could probably get a nice internship and they'll pay you a lot of money, man. You never know. There's a lot of opportunity out there. They'd love to hire a smart young kid like you, man. Ibrahim says, I'm only 15, but I should start studying and looking for jobs. Yeah, I would just whatever you're interested in, right? And just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be stressful. It could be fun. Say if you're interested in software, say if you're interested in investment banking, I would just reach out to the different people in the community that hold those jobs. Shoot them a message. You never know what happens. You never know. Especially when you get into college, I think it's very important that whatever college you go to, you're very involved in different extracurricular activities and things like that. Because that'll show prospective employers that you're ambitious and you're hungry for knowledge. And if you have a bad GPA, they will overlook that completely because of your experience. They'll be like, yeah, we don't care if Ibrahim has a 2.6 GPA. He started 3 clubs when he was in college, and he was building these different applications from his dorm room or whatever it is. So I think you should do it, man. So we're almost home, so we're gonna end the stream, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in and joining. We started all the way down on Wall Street because we wanted to check out the Federal Building, or Federal Hall, that's going to be covered in scaffolding. Hey, Sal. Hey, what's up, man? I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be covered in scaffolding. All right, everybody. We are going to call it a night. We are here at 58th and 6th. Yolanda Hicks is a young man, got hired at Apple at 13 years old as the youngest worker there. There you go. See Yolanda? There you go. Ibrahim says, thank you for the advice, Tom. It's really helped. My GPA is currently good. Ibrahim, well, you're on a better foot than everybody because my GPA was terrible in college. The Magic Walkers has different products and services for more than one company. Nice. Ken J says, wow, that was a bold move. I wish you all the best. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Jimmy Two-Tone, thank you for joining. Thank you to all the new viewers and all the new subscribers. I'm going to call it a night. I am a little tired, so thank you everybody for joining. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Please stay safe. This weekend is going to be extremely good weather. There's going to be a lot of people out on the streets. So please, everybody be safe. Cherry Groove says, yeah, Ibrahim, don't put interested in skateboarding on the resume. Absolutely don't do that. Please don't do that. Hey, Zap Allen's here. What's up, Zap Allen? All right, everybody. NYC Cherry Groove, thank you as always for joining and for being a moderator, Cherry Groove. I do appreciate you a lot. Yolanda Hicks is our new viewer from Brooklyn, New York. So Yolanda, thank you for joining. Sam from Toronto, Canada. Have a great weekend. Joe Hernandez, as always, thank you so much for joining. Roy says, I spent the night with Bob, Fernando, and Tom. Absolutely. Roy, love having you on the stream. Thank you so much. Sam, thank you. Zap Allen. Irene Rivas, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Ken J, out and about. Have a great weekend. The Swan, as always, have a good weekend. Phil Mission. Mystic67 is a new subscriber. Thank you. Brandy says, thank you for the stream. Brandy, I think you are new as well, so thank you so much for joining, Brandy. The Magic Walker, good night. Kiki, good night from Rochester, New York. We love Rochester, New York. Michelle McGraw, as always, Michelle McGraw is a fantastic moderator, so kind and so nice to me all the time. So Michelle McGraw, thank you so much. Cherry Groove, thank you. If anybody wants to check out NYC Cherry Groove, he has very amazing dogs. So please check out NYC Cherry Groove. Check out our pal Cosmos Scary, as well as Out and About. They all have their own channels, as well as Film Mission. Disney cast member is a fellow Long Islander, so I appreciate you. Penelope says, thanks, Tom, I enjoyed it. Cheers from Tennessee. We're not all crazy here in Tennessee. Penelope, I love Tennessee. So when I used to work for AT&T way back in the day, and I went to Tennessee and I went to Vanderbilt University for a seminar, a 5G seminar. So I went to Vandy. Kiki says, good night. Joe Hernandez, thank you so much. Sunshine, New York, thank you so much for joining. Yes, Roy says good night and thank you, moderators. Yes, we appreciate all the moderators out and about. Thanks, everybody. Ibrahim, thank you. Disney cast member, Solo 401, Marco P. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Yes, check out Disney cast member's channel as well. She makes crafts on a store called Etsy. So check that out, please, Etsy. All right, everyone, take it easy. And feel free to subscribe if you like the content. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic weekend and be safe.